And we are live. What's up, Stu?
Hey, Jim.
You look different today. We're using a different service. We're using something called StreamYard. Had you ever heard of StreamYard before, Stu?
Only from you.
Okay.
So I am now smarter today. Because why? Why is StreamYard better than Zoom?
Well, okay, a couple things. One, StreamYard's better than Zoom because it costs less. That's number one. Number two, StreamYard is better because right now we are streaming to my profile, my page, and the group. And if I wanted to go up to and that's $240 for the year if you pay for the whole year up front. If you want to go up higher than that, you want to you can do up to 8 streams, then you could then it's like $480 a year. But hey, Michelle, but the cool thing, several cool things going on here. Oh, let me show you some of the cool things. You can have banners going along the bottom. Thanks for joining us. Please remember to like, comment, and share. It really helps us out and allows us to keep bringing you amazing content. Thanks. That means like, comment, and share wherever you are. Now, please.
Or Mr. Pickle will come and find you in the middle of the night, and it'll be ugly.
So that's number one. You can create those cool banners, and you can have multiple ones. Look at that. Grab your copy of Copywriting Secrets for free. Just pay shipping and handling at copywritingsecrets.com. You can see the comments across all the different platforms. Like I said, we're going live on my profile, my page, and in the group. We can see aggregated all the comments across all those platforms. And if I wanted to, I could go live on, you can also go live on LinkedIn. You can go live on YouTube. And you can go live on, if you've got another stream somewhere that you would want to stream somewhere, you can give them a custom feed. So that's a cool thing. And so I think I'm going to go up to the next level because I can, if we do it on YouTube, then we don't have to download or upload. You're doing it all at once.
Right.
It's kind of like being syndicated on cable, which is pretty cool. And I've got no dog in this fight. It's not like and I'm going to hit you with my affiliate link at the end. No, that's not going to happen. The controls are easy. I mean, you can share a screen. Let me share my screen here.
Oh, nice.
So I can share the screen really easily. And then if I want to switch or make me more important than Stu, look at that little tiny baby man over there. So if I don't want to have Stu in there at all, or I can put the two. So this looks more Zoom-ish.
Yeah. Well, tell me this, does it save it as a video and an audio file for you?
It does. Yes, it does. It saves it. You just have to download it within 15 days. So the other cool thing is that you don't, unlike Zoom, which they charge you arm and a leg to broadcast. They also charge you when you go over a certain. They want to charge you when you go over a certain level of saving, storage capacity and stuff. With StreamYard, it's basically you got 15 days to download this. And you can download the video or download the audio, and the quality seems fine. On the page, it does something kind of cool. I'm gonna go over to my page. I don't know why it does this, okay? But if we look at it on my page, I'm just pulling it up over here. I'll show you what I'm doing. It's, for whatever reason, it's auto-generating my captions. So like on the fly, it's doing the captions live, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what, and I didn't mean to get rid of you, but I want to just kind of see what it does while I'm, you ain't going to see the page. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now when it gets to that part, let's see. Oh, I guess I was showing, no, I thought I was showing me full. Anyway, I don't know.
No, it's a delay of like 10 seconds.
Yeah. So the point though, that's kind of cool, but the only page it's doing it on is the only place it's doing it is on my page. So we're thinking that it's some kind of oh, Susan says it does Stu's too when he talks on the page. Okay, so that's kind of neat. I don't know what the I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where the setting is that's making it do that for that particular video on that particular place, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah. So like a closed captions link
Yeah.
or button that you can click or not click.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Cool.
Ivor, get your mind out of the gutter, Jim. My mind is always in the gutter. Thank you very much. And it's magical down here. So anyway, this is cool. I'm excited about it.
Hey, I'm
and I'll
smarter
tell you,
today.
yeah, the thing that pissed me off about Zoom is that they charged a bunch more to be able to broadcast. You can only broadcast one place. And number 3, they had their damn watermark on there. I'm paying you like close to $1,000 a month to advertise for you. Oh, I don't even think so, Mr. Zoom. Mr. Porno people can crash my Zoom and you have to do stupid
a
stuff.
month. Why were you paying?
Not a month, a year.
Oh, okay.
Year.
Say.
Did I say a month?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't think it was that much, was it? I think it was like $49.
If you pay for the extra storage and you pay for, and I had up to 100 people. I mean, it was, you know, taxes, tags, title, processing, you know, undercoding, all that other crappity crap.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's pretty cool. And the, yeah, I haven't seen anything that makes me think it's a bad deal at all.
Man, check it out.
Screw you, Zoom. Screw you up your Zoom. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about something big.
Mr. Pickle Big or bigger than Mr. Pickle Big?
All right, so we have a good one. And I can't remember who asked this question, but it was a great question in the group. I pulled 2 questions from the group today. So we're going to do Jim and Stu show with 1 question, and then the podcast number 88 with the second question. First question is, what's the best way to keep coming up with multiple new big ideas for your niche?
Okay. So let's talk about this for just a second. Now, I just got to call this out. We got 32 people watching us live right now, and I only got 6 likes and hearts. What in the world is wrong here?
That hurts.
Let me remind you all that my social media runs on likes, shares, comments, and tags, not thanks. So please, hey, Mikey from Vegas, welcome. So whack the button. If you don't whack it, you're not going to give me any satisfaction. So please whack it for me, folks. Let me see you whack it. I like watching you whack it. So what was your question? About something big. I went off on a tangent. What?
Yes. Big ideas. You know, how you come up with big ideas.
Okay. How do you, I think you said, how do you come up with multiple big ideas? You don't need multiple big ideas. You need one big idea.
You need one big idea, but you need ideas. Like I took this as, for me, a big idea is I write some content. You know, I had an idea. I write some content or make a video about that topic, and it gets people to my store and they push the buy button.
Okay.
For me, that is a big idea.
Okay. But that's, I mean, okay. So let's define what is a big idea. So for me, I think we're talking about 2 different things. So we're talking about a big idea like funnel scripts, or a big idea like one of your new books, or your new book that's coming out on max rep workouts that I know you're working on. Okay. Don't even act like you're not. Here's a good one. Diego says, answer my question. I'll whack it all day for you. That's the kind of follower I want. So anyway.
Shenanigans.
So I think we got 2 different types of ideas. We got the big idea like a book or a course, or, you know, like a podcast. It's a big idea. And I think you don't need multiple big ideas. You need a big idea that you work every day. Then you have other ideas that help you keep and sustain and build momentum, that enable you to keep putting the big idea out in front of people. So I I run into this all the time. I mean, there's really, when you're in tune with your target audience, there is no problem coming up with big ideas. Most of us as entrepreneurs have never experienced a shortage of big ideas. Everybody has these squirrel moments. The problem is that you got to focus long enough to get results. I mean, how long have we been doing this podcast? Like over a year, right? We're on 88.
Yep.
We're on episode 88 we're going to do today. How long have we been doing a show? But yet it's not like we've had 12 different shows. We've had a show and we're still growing it, figuring stuff out. We're trying different tools, but we're still focused in on the big idea of, you know what? Jim and Stu need to have a show. We do it every week. We're experimenting with different ways of doing it, platforms, formats, what's going to get people the most excited. Now we have the ability now, which is kind of cool, where people ask questions, we can put them up on there. We can show comments. That adds a whole new dimension, Stu, because if people ask a question, now they feel like they don't feel they are involved.
They're part of the show. I mean, I'm watching people, pop up comments right here on the video, and it's
exactly
awesome.
Good morning from Stuart, Florida.
Yeah, see, I see that.
And see, but we can share it and interact. This is going to take this to a whole new level, dude. And I'm seeing total viewership somewhere in the low to mid 30s, which, oh, that's hardly anybody. You guys suck. You must not be anybody important. And it's like, well, when we first started, we'd have like 3 or 4 people. So by the end of the year, I bet you we can pop this up to getting about 100 people on here live, which doesn't suck because not everybody's available and hanging out. And one of the things that we do is just kind of show up. And so imagine if we actually promoted the show, like did a little bit of teaser, said, hey, tomorrow, if we sent one email and said, hey, tomorrow, Jim and Stu are going to go live and we're going to talk about this, 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 and this. I bet we could get 100, 200 people to show up. So we're going to get better.
Yeah. And it's also 6:20 on the West Coast.
Okay. People should have been up for a couple hours already.
It's early. So it's a different time zone.
Okay. Look,
it's in the afternoon over in England.
The only time zone that matters is East Coast. Okay.
Right?
That's it. That is the Lord's time zone as far as I'm concerned. All right. By the end of the video, we'll have 5,000 views. Justin, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but if you guys don't like, comment, and share, it's just not going to happen. We can't do it without you. How's that for passive aggressive? Okay. Do you have any specific time or day that you produce videos? Yeah, in the mid morning, because that's when we're awake and most creative and fun.
Yeah. Plus bandwidth is better in the morning.
Ken says, I'm watching from work. I'm a donkey on the edge. Nice. Nice, man. That's a reference to Funnel Fridays. All
right. Big idea.
Okay. Anyway, big idea. So
or just ideas.
So here's the thing. Ideas don't just come from anywhere. Okay. The best ideas as far as your niche is concerned is ideas that come from your ideal customers. How are you going to serve them? What are their problems? What are their questions? What are their roadblocks? What are the things that are holding them back? What are the things that they are having a problem with that they need your help to solve? So as far as that's how I've gotten some of the ideas for the biggest things I've ever done is looking at my target audience and what their issues are. So if you see a problem that everybody has, then that can be a big idea. If you see a problem that a segment of your population is having, then that is potentially a big idea, but more likely that is let's call it a feeder idea or a sustainment idea where that can be your theme for the week.
Yep.
That could be an episode of your podcast. It could be a blog post. It could be a series of videos. It could even be, the thing is, it could also even be a high ticket course because of a big enough section of your population is having a problem, then you could say, okay, look, this is a really detailed thing. This is not something that's going to get covered by a book or an ebook. This is something I either need to do some coaching on, or I need to do a high ticket product or a course or something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's just a giveaway or a throwaway. It can be something that you can spend a whole lot of time, and people will spend time and money for. But the biggest thing is just having your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your market. What do you see the questions people are asking? Where do you see the people always just constantly running into a problem? And, you know, like on the Funnel Friday show, we do a pre-show every Monday. And so one of the people on the show, we do it with Jesse Valle, who is the head funnel builder over at ClickFunnels, and then Dean Edelson, who's the chief copywriter, or the senior copywriter over there. And Jesse keeps teaching the same things over and over and over. It's like, I teach you this every week, but you kids keep making the same mistakes over and over and over. That's an indication that there needs to be some sort of a training course created, some sort of a resource bank of videos or something. That's when you just see people banging their heads against the wall over and over and over. And then you that's what you need to do. The thing is, you need to, though, decide, is that, it's as much feel for me, and I want to get your take on this. It's as much feel for me as it's like, hey, this would make a good article, or hey, this needs to be a book, or hey, this really needs to be something that I help people with individually as a coaching thing or as a challenge or something like that. For me, the way I make the decision is, can I explain this in 500 words or less? If I can explain this in 500 words or less, then it's pretty much an article or a video. If it's something that's like, man, you know, this is one of the, you know, like when someone asks you a question and instead of just answering it, you have to go, okay, how am I going to explain this? That's when you like, okay, this needs to be a webinar or a course or something like in that realm. I'd be interested in your feedback on that.
Well, thanks for asking, Jim. I would say this. I'm on, you know, I get some big ideas here and there. You know, the podcasting, for instance, was a big idea of late, or a book idea, you know, is a big idea. But I am constantly coming up with daily content that I would consider big ideas, because I see a massive amount of volume on hits, on likes, on purchases, you know, on visits to the store, those type of things. So I agree with you. There is a definition of the term big, and I like that explanation of when you got to take a big deep breath and think how you're going to break this down, because it's really a big answer that probably needs to be a book or a webinar or a mastermind type class. That is definitely when you get one of those, that's a big idea. I tend to come up with daily content for my niche in the fitness world by answering emails. I do it all the time. I answer a lot of emails, answering social media comments, you know, direct messages, instant messages, or IMs, text, phone calls. And, you know, some of my favorites is crowdsourcing, especially on social media. So I'll ask social media, I'll make a cool post, ask a question, and look for answers. And some of those answers come in and they really give you a big idea.
Yes.
You know, for that day, or maybe it's a big idea that you can run with for the whole year, you know, and create something really cool out of it. It just depends. But
like your upcoming max rep workout book.
Right. That I'm still brewing it right back here. It's, you know, I'm still testing it out, but it's starting to seep its way into my you know, daily training programs that Jim sees regularly.
Just Jim.
So anyway, that's how I kind of stay in touch and try to stay relevant within the audience of fitness or tactical fitness specifically. But like I said, tactical fitness in itself is such a wide array of ideas. There's pull-ups, there's push-ups, there's weights, there's rucking, there's running, there's swimming, there's mental toughness. I mean, there's a wide
There's
variety.
mobility, recovery.
There's nutrition. There's so many things to discuss that you can't do all of them necessarily in a 500-word article.
Right.
So you have to break it down.
Right.
And if you decide to do multiple of those, that might be a bigger product. It might be a bigger idea for you to, put those all together into one consumable package that answers that question where you had to go, okay.
Well, and I think Ron asked a good question. He says, don't answers change with context? The context, your answer is going to change within the context of where and how you're answering and the purpose. I can answer, it's like content is like an accordion. So I can answer a question in 10 seconds, or I can answer it in 10 hours. And so depending on the context and where I'm answering the question, or I'm getting the idea, that's going to dictate what I do. But there's some stuff that you can answer it in 10 hours and you're just that asshat that takes 10 hours to answer a 10-second question. So you got to have a feel for the audience and what's really necessary for people to get the result. And in the end, that's all people are buying from you with their time and or their money is a result. The reason you guys are here watching us live is because you're hoping for the result of getting a tip, having a little bit of entertainment, figuring out something, maybe getting your question answered. There's some sort of a result, some distraction that you're going to get, or you believe you're going to get from spending your time with us right here.
Maybe you're looking for big ideas here.
Exactly. But I think the biggest thing from this, and I think we'll wrap it up and move on to the podcast, is to make sure that you understand that you don't need multiple big ideas. You need one big idea that you kill it with every day, and it becomes your magnificent obsession. That's how you make the big bucks and have real impact as well. It's not like Stu's out there. It's not like Stu's out there teaching about TV repair or how to pass the ASVAB or how to be a quartermaster. I mean, that stuff all relates to the military, but Stu is all about fitness and mental toughness as it relates to fitness. I mean, it's everything revolves around being fit to be able to serve in some capacity or to be in amazing tactical shape so that you're able to take anything that life puts your way. And that's that is the single big idea that drives Stu's business. And then there are secondary ideas, big ideas like, okay, I got my business. There's always two, by the way, and then let's end with this.
Okay.
There's always two aspects of your business, especially for us as online entrepreneurs. There's what you're doing, there's the business, and then there's the business of the business. So that's why, Stu's business is health and fitness and all the pertinent details as it relates to tactical fitness. And then he also has the business of running that business. And that's why he and I started DIY Media Marketing Academy, which then got folded into the Jim Edwards Method Premium. And, there's a reason why Stu's qualified to talk about online business, because he's actually got a real one that he's been running for 20 years. So that's something else that you need to remember, is that we have two lanes that we're running in at all times. And sometimes big ideas can come from either one. But it really comes back to, what result do people want that I can help them get and charge them money, or get them to pay me with time and attention so eventually they will pay me money. So any thoughts on that before we transition over to the
No, that's a good way to sum it up, man. That's
okay.
bravo.
I think you were looking for something. Well, you can go to podcasts, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to Facebook Lives, you can look at comments that people make in social media, you can look at your help desk, you can look at customer service emails, you can look at your own questions that you research. Those are other ideas, other ways to come up with big ideas too. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, I would say probably that was where I was leaning. I think that's the way my brain automatically goes because as a writer, I am constantly looking for ideas. I write 3 articles a week for a website. I write a couple articles a week for my website. So I'm always looking for ideas.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So somebody asked, where could I or how could I connect with you guys, or how could I get my questions asked or anything like that? One thing that we don't really talk about that much is I actually have a premium website, the JimEdwardsMethod.com premium, and I just put the link in there. But I do monthly trainings. If you're familiar with funnel scripts or any of that, I have a whole other universe of scripts and wizards that are not in funnel scripts that will that do everything from content creation, content marketing. I mean, just an amazing whole other world. If you'd like to know more about it, you can head on over to the JimEdwardsMethod.com/join TJEMP. I put the link in there for you. You can check it out. So let's do this. Let's transition over to the look what Justin said. Have a great podcast, fellas. I'm looking forward to coming out. Funnel Scripts is crushing it for my online sales funnel. That's awesome. Good for you. Okay, so let's do this. We'll just, do you have a problem with the I don't want to start and stop the broadcast again. So
yeah, I agree.
When I give the whole thing, you'll just chop it up. Is that cool?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll just take out the
all right, cool. Somebody just asked if we provide one-on-one consulting. I really don't. I don't normally do it. I don't know do you do any one-on-one consulting?
I mainly do it with fitness. Though I have helped a few trainers publish their book and build a website, but
yeah, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome back to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, along with my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hello, Jim, and everybody.
And today, hello, Jim, and all the ships at sea. So today, we're going to base our podcast actually around a question from a person who is a member of my my group.
It's your group.
It's got my name on it.
Yeah.
Got my name on it.
Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group.
Podcast. Yeah. Facebook. Yeah. You got it.
With Jim Edwards
this time with Jim Edwards.
With Jim
Edwards. I like how your picture, if those of you who are watching us live, I like how your picture actually has my book in the picture and my picture doesn't have my book in the picture, which is disappointing, but I can fix that. Hey, look. Wow. Anyway, what are we talking about, Stu?
All right. So Ben in the group asked, first of all, thanks for accepting him in the group. We don't just accept everybody.
We really don't. In fact, we reject. No, for real. It's like there are people that get rejected because they look like chuckleheads and they're obviously just coming in to spam the group or whatever. So you need to fill out a little application form but on the flip side, we don't have spam in the group and people actually do help. And it's a pretty cool group as opposed to most groups on Facebook that just devolve into a free-for-all of 5-year-olds who've all snorted pixie sticks and are now, without their medication and no parental supervision. I'll stop there.
Yeah. So anyway, you're welcome. glad you're part of the group, Ben. So anyway, Ben has been building websites for years. It's just a hobby. And now
Okay.
he's seeking the affiliate marketing path. He's ordered
Okay.
copywriting secrets. Can't wait to get started on it, and is just looking for some kind of advice on affiliate marketing. And I
Okay.
figured who better to ask than the man himself, who has a big picture behind him showing he does some affiliate marketing. I've done some
Actually,
affiliate marketing as well. So.
actually, that isn't for affiliate marketing. That's for
Oh, I thought
selling
it was.
my
I
own
thought you
stuff.
were like being an affiliate for another. Never mind. You go ahead.
That's no. That's for selling over $10 million of my own product.
Oh,
So,
well, okay.
but I've been the number one affiliate for some of the biggest launches in the history of the internet, and
Yeah.
regularly make more in affiliate commissions than most people make in an entire year. Why? Real simple. Okay. Most people think that affiliate marketing, well, okay, let me go back. This is one of those answer questions. There's two paths you can take when it comes to affiliate marketing. There's the trusted guide approach or the straight up mercenary approach. Let's talk about the mercenary approach first, which again, nothing wrong with it. And I'm not making a judgment about anybody.
Not judging mercenaries.
No,
Oh.
no. So the mercenary approach is basically, okay, I know how to drive traffic. I know how to run ads. And so I'm going to find a product that looks like it converts well, and I'm going to figure out how to run ads, and I'm going to hope that I spend less than I make. That's how they work. So it's been called different stuff over the years. There's a thing they called it Google Cache, traffic hypothecation, all stomping the search engines. I mean, there's all these different people who came out with different things that basically came down to, can you pay less for traffic than you'll make as an affiliate? And it works until another mercenary sees what you're doing, because one of the ways that the mercenaries work is they look at what other people are doing, and there are all kinds of tools that will help you spy on the competition and see what keywords they're using and click-throughs and all this other stuff. And so what you do will work for a while until everybody else sees what you're doing, and then they jump on and it stops working. So you got to do something else. So it's this peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. You also run into a problem where when you do it that way, and I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that, but I have a friend of mine who's dealing with a situation right now where a merchant he didn't know from Adam was selling a product that was doing well and was performing well, and everybody could see from this particular marketplace it was doing extremely well. So he and all his buddies, all the mercenaries, jumped on it and started blowing $10,000-$20,000 a day on advertising, and COVID kicked in.
Oof.
And the supplier dried up for the company that he was spending ads to sell for, but they didn't stop taking orders. So all of a sudden, this situation got worse because they started having chargebacks, and the platform refunded all these people, which meant all of his affiliate commissions got refunded. So he had spent, I don't even know how much money, man. They went back 60 days refunding. Okay. Even beyond 60 days refunding.
Oh, man.
And he is financially really screwed. So this nirvana of affiliate marketing riches, when you're just doing the mercenary approach, you can make a lot of money. And I mean, I've been in masterminds with guys, and they'll all tell you, hey man, I'm just in it for the money. I'm just in it for the money. Well, if you're just in it for the money, then you're living and dying by the money. So that's one thing you can do. Again, not making a judgment about it. It's not what I do, but I know guys that I like do it. All right. Not a problem. I don't know that I have the testicles to do $20,000 a day on or more on somebody else. Man, guys doing 30, 40, $50,000 a day in ads.
Wow.
And you don't have to multiply that times 30 to take a bite out of your seat. And so the issue is that something you want to do? And even if you were doing it at $500 a day, $1,000 a day, for some people, $1,000 a day is inconceivable.
It adds up.
It adds up quick. So that's not the route that I want to go. So the route that I go is the trusted advisor. And I want you to think about this. The other guys, when they do that, are basically telling you, go with me here. Hey, you know what? There's a party down the street, and go ahead, go down there. It's the kind of party you like, and go in and just have a good time at the party and tell them I sent you. That's ultimately what these guys are saying. And you don't even have to tell them, because I've stamped your forehead that you are, that you're from me. It's kind of like, have you ever been to Vegas and those guys are standing on the corners and they're handing out these cards? Yeah. You know what the cards are for.
Yeah.
All right. But they're just handing them out. All right. That's all they're doing. Now, that's not the kind of party we're talking about. But now I want you to think about this. Okay. Stu, you and I have known each other for a while. I know that you're interested in, what's a hobby? Do you have any hobbies? I've never asked you this. Besides working out? Photography. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're interested in fishing and photography. You are not going to believe this, but a buddy of mine who is one of the leading experts in the world on fishing and photography. It's amazing what he does. I mean, he loves to fish, loves to take pictures of the fish. I think you'd really enjoy meeting him. He's having a party. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to take you to the party. I'd like to introduce you to my friend. I'd like to introduce you to all of his buddies. And I'm going to stick around at the party and make sure that you're having a good time, that you're feeling appreciated, and that you're getting what you need. And as a bonus, I've got these new fishing lures that I found that I made. I made all these new fishing lures. And if you sign up to go on one of his excursions, because they are going to talk about going on an excursion, but I've been on an excursion with him and it's amazing. But if you do decide to go on the excursion with him, I'm going to give you a couple of these lures that I made. So I'll come over and pick you up at 6 on Tuesday. Do you want to go to the party? And you would say,
yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Okay, cool. That's what I do as an affiliate, because like we'll use the example of when Russell launched his Traffic Secrets book, which, by the way, I was the #1 affiliate for the launch of this book.
That's what I thought that sign was back then.
I didn't get I didn't get a sign for that. I got a check. But yeah, buy my own damn sign. The thing is, though, let's talk about how I did that. I didn't just put out a link and say, hey, buy Russell's book through my link. No, what I did was I said, hey, look, I know Russell and I've read the book and it's really good. In fact, it's so good that I know you are going to want to have a copy. And because I want you to have this, I want to sweeten the pot. So I came out with all these insane bonuses. In fact, I went and got the domain insanebonuses.com. I gave challenges. I gave a challenge away that everybody could attend live. I taught people for 5 days how to do VSLs. I gave away software. I gave away all kinds of stuff. And I knew that I could trust Russell to deliver. People knew they could trust me because I built up that trust. And I sweetened the pot to the point where people were buying the book. I'm sure some of them never even read the damn thing because they wanted the bonuses that I was giving. That's how you make it as an affiliate. That's how you do it. And I did the same thing like 14 years ago, 14, 15 or longer years ago, when John Reese did the original Traffic Secrets launch. I was the #1 affiliate by far for it 14, 15 years ago. So I've done, I've been the #1 affiliate for Ryan Dice's Continuity Blueprint. I mean, I can't even remember for Yannick Silver's Maverick launch. I mean, and the way you do it is by not just telling people, hey, click my link, but actually developing a relationship with people and being a trusted guide, and not just whoring yourself out for everything that comes along that you think you're going to make the most money. But that's a difference in philosophy of, do you want to build up a following? Do you want to be known as somebody who can be trusted? Do you want to be a guide, a leader, or do you just want to be somebody who, who just makes money? You can do both of those, but one is very short term. The other is very long term, because if you're a mercenary and you stop running ads, when does your income stop?
Yeah.
Instantly. It's done. Instantly. It's done. And yet, if you do it this way, it lasts for years. I mean, I'm just curious. Those of you who are here live, I'm seriously curious, but like Vicky or Paul, how long have you known who I am? How long have you been paying attention to me? I'm just curious. Just put it in there. And those of you who are new, I just found you. Some people just found me through Copywriting Secrets in the last month. Other people have been following me for 15 years. I got some people have been with me since 2000, 2001, which is over 20 years now. So I would just be curious in the comments. So Paul says 1999. That's way back. That's like back in the that's a long, I mean, that's way back.
That's Y2K era.
Yeah. 2 years, 5 years, 15 years. 1.5. Carl says 1.5 years. So my point though is that and somebody asked, how do you do that? The way you do that is by doing what we talked about in the show that we did today, which is you answer questions, you provide value, you lead, you learn, and you learn and teach, you discover things, you help people solve their problems, you help people overcome roadblocks, you help them get results. So that's how you do it. And you do it, but the thing is, you do it consistently. That's probably the biggest key, is the biggest key is doing it consistently. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the comments and answer and think and do all that at the same time.
Well, I do have a third way of doing it.
Okay.
All right. My way of doing it that has produced decent results over the years. I mean, I never argued with a check of $5,000 or $6,000 in a month, coming in the mail. I was like, I didn't do anything for this. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would only be affiliates of products that I used. And they were typically, fitness related products. Like there's this one pull-up bar that I like that, works on like whatever distance is on studs, in your house. You could just
studs,
the stud bar, they call it.
Excuse me. Yeah, I know you wouldn't use anything but a stud bar.
Stud bar, yeah. But also did a TRX one whenever they were first coming out, and when they were launching, and that has been a revolutionary product that just kept on growing.
Yeah.
So that has been a really good affiliate. I still have their link on several pages. But the way I did it is I would write an article about that product, have an affiliate link to it, and then throughout my website, I would have that banner ad available for people to see, with, hey, if you want to read more about the TRX, click here, right? And it would be a video of me doing it. It would be, things like that. So it was more of a content idea that also made money. So
yeah, but the thing is, you don't write articles about stuff that you haven't used and tested yourself.
Right.
And so that's the trusted guide model.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell people about frog fuel or the stud bar unless you have actually used it yourself. And I know that if Stu says it's good, it's good. I mean, the weight vest, and you don't use the cheap stuff either, man.
No. But I
But
did write a weight vest review where I reviewed 3 weight vests
yeah,
for various ranges from under $100 to mid-100 to over 300, and gave them a little review thing, and then also there was an affiliate link in there too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So the point though is that you are a trusted guide. You are not going to endorse something that you have not used. And the problem is that, and I know this is going to sound bad, but even if it's with people that you still want to see the product first before you endorse it. Unless that person, I mean, if Stu told me, hey, I'm going to be coming out with a course on max rep workouts, and it's going to be based on the workouts that I've been giving you, I'd be like, dude, no problem. I will endorse that to the hilt. But if Stu came to me and said, hey, man, I'm thinking about coming out with a supplement based on green coffee extract, and it's going to, work better than rhino horn, I would say, you know what, dude, let's wait. And I'll be glad once it's been out for a while to see how it's going. And then we'll talk about it. So you got to be careful. And I know this sounds bad, but you still got to be careful, even if it's with people that
Sure.
Like I love Russell and everything, but I did read the book first. And after I read it, I'm like, man, this is amazing. And I got totally behind it. And the same thing with other stuff. You just whether you realize it or not, your reputation is always on the line. So you've got to be careful. You've got to be a true steward for other people when you're making recommendations. And I think people forget that, or they think they have short memories. People don't have short memories, man. They'll remember forever if they got screwed because you told them to buy something.
Yeah, that's true. And it does suck whenever, like that poor guy, whenever you have an affiliate to a link to go to somebody and then they go out of business.
Yeah.
And then so they blame you for that whole process.
Sure.
And you're like, hey, look, you didn't pay me anything. But I'll tell you. But then you call the guy up and say, hey, man, you got to fix this.
I've refunded people's money before under those circumstances. Wow. I've done it. And part of it was I learned this lesson the hard way. I met somebody who had a pretty good reputation. I met him at a conference. We hit it off. He said, hey, would you do a webinar with me? I'm like, sure. He sold something. He delivered, but there's a difference between delivering and delivering, and he delivered. And I had somebody say, you know what? I bought this on your recommendation. It really wasn't I expected. I asked for a refund. He won't refund my money. I said, I will. And it was like $1,000. And at the time, $1,000 was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money, but I mean, it hurt to because basically I refunded almost 3 times the amount of commission that I received from that product. Because it was a $1,000 product, but I only got a $300 commission, but I refunded the whole $1,000.
Damn.
So, but that's the kind of thing you got to do. That's it. So, Holly makes a good point. I just want to, I agreed about trusted recommendations and that sometimes we might review something with an affiliate link, but we haven't used the thing. Trust is so important, and we must earn that trust even with our own friends and family. Yeah. Yep. And if you're showing an affiliate link for something you haven't tried, you haven't validated, then you're a mercenary. You're not being a trusted guide. You're hoping that you're going to get paid. You're playing off your good name and hoping that you're going to get paid and nothing's going to go wrong. Now, I mean, sometimes stuff goes wrong, but it's a difference between stuff goes wrong. This is a product I really believe in. For whatever reason, they got into problems. I'm going to do what I can to help you make it right. I've also called people and said, hey, look, I got a customer who's got a problem with what you sold. You need to fix it. And all of a sudden they do get responsive. So sometimes it is good to be Jim Edwards. Because I mean, I'm never one of those people that goes, "Hey, I'm Jim Edwards." It's up to my wife who's like, "You know who I am." She's like, "Take the trash out, and if you like eating, don't worry about who you are." Yes, honey. But I mean, every once in a while, it because I don't throw my weight around ever. If I do throw my weight around, I can usually help somebody get results if they're having a problem. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, hey, look at me, but it's like, hey, when I get pissed, you're going to know it. So anyway, so my recommendation, taking this all the way back to our buddy Ben, the new affiliate marketer, start wrapping this up, is you got to decide that just like whether it was your own product, the only difference in this whole model is that somebody else is doing the fulfillment of the product that you are representing, because you're going to have to do the same amount of work. You're going to have to hook people. You're going to have to build a relationship with them. You're going to have to target them. You're going to have to build the need and introduce the solution and all the things that you would do in a regular business. One thing I would tell you and if you realize that then, and this is the thing I never understood for the mercenaries, it's like, if you're willing to do all this work to drive the traffic, to find the niche, and to prove the need and get the people to show up, and then hand them, and even make a bridge page and then hand them off, why in the hell would you do that for 30 to 40 or max really 50% of the commission? Once you've proven it, go create your own product that solves that need and keep driving the traffic and keep 100% of the money. And you can use some of that to hire somebody to take care of all your customer service. That's the thing I never understood, why nobody would take that next step in their business. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because like I said, I mean, affiliate marketing is a great way to test a market, but once you've tested the market, why not make all the money? That's I've just never understood that.
That's a very good point.
So
I don't even know how to capitalize on that. I mean, it is, yeah, that's really good.
I mean, at some point, I mean, I'm not saying you, Stu, should come out with a TRX, or you should come out with a pull-up bar. There's only one stud bar as far as I'm concerned. But if let's say you were, and not even a supplement, but that's just me. I don't want to be in the supplement business.
Yeah, I don't
There's
either.
too much liability and other stuff attached to it.
It's very crowded too.
Right. But if it's your own supplement and you're selling it to your own market, that's a different story. But I'm just not interested in the liability or any of that stuff. But let's say you were, what's up, Gordon? What's up, C-Ray? So the issue though is if let's say, okay, good example. You have your app that kid approached you with about creating an app and doing it. And that's a nice little side business for you. But what if you had found an app that you told people about and a bunch of people started buying it through you, and you're like, hey, you know what? People love these fitness apps. I can come up with a fitness app. I need to come out with the Stu Smith fitness app. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, I tested it to see if people would be interested. If my people would be interested, I'm not going to rip off this fitness app, but by golly, there's more than one. So I can come out with my own. And even if nobody outside my universe buys it, I'm going to keep all the money when I come out with my fitness app. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
No, it makes sense. The Mercenary is not going past testing the market.
Yeah.
They're it's, I mean, it is a form of entrepreneurship, but it is, like you said, it's not running your own business.
Right.
It is. Yeah.
It's, yeah. But anyway, all right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this. Those of you who are on the podcast, we did something cool today. We actually broadcast our podcast live, not in one place, not in two places, but in 3 places live. We were on my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, and our Facebook group. And I think next time I'm going to upgrade, and I think we're going to broadcast to YouTube at the same time as well.
Man, can you do Instagram as well? Instagram
No, you
Live?
can't. But we can go live on LinkedIn. Not that anybody on LinkedIn gives a crap who I am, but maybe somebody will.
I have a LinkedIn account, but I really don't use it that much.
I don't either.
I
But
don't- yeah.
that doesn't mean we can't just start spamming LinkedIn with adding value on LinkedIn and see if perhaps we might find some people
Well, you never
who are
know. I
interested in what we have to say.
For this particular topic, it would be useful on LinkedIn.
Sure.
I mean, fitness is useful on LinkedIn too, because everybody needs to exercise, but
Right.
it's a different audience typically.
Yeah.
From what
But
I'm looking for. But
if I'm going to pay for the ability to show up over there, then why not? All I got to do is click one thing, whack the button, and people show up. Great. If they don't, well, screw you, LinkedIn.
well, people are sharing content on LinkedIn. It is
yeah.
a source of content marketing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Screw you, LinkedIn. Hey, maybe I'm going to look at a couple other places too that I just thought of. I don't know if they will work, but why not? So great job, Stu. Great job, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the likes, comments, and shares. A couple reminders. You can get your copy of my book, Copywriting Secrets. You can get it for free at copywritingsecrets.com. All you have to do is just pay a small shipping and handling. And also, as a reminder, make sure that if you're not already a member, make sure that you join our Facebook group, the Sales, Copywriting, and Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook. It's an exclusive club, and you just might qualify to join. You'll never know unless you try. So I'm Jim Edwards.
Stu Smith.
And we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.